Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Actually, it probably won't be super short because there's three here. Just got a package from We Knives, and actually there's another one, but it's not in this video. We're going to stick to two Civivis and a Sencut today. No idea what they are. I haven't actually taken them completely out of their packaging yet. I'm going to share that with you guys because I'm just that nice of a person. Thanks so much to We Knives for sending in these knives for me to take a look at and share with everybody. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If it is not apparent, this is an unboxing video. It is not a review. Those are two different things. I don't know what's in here, which is why the mystery element is fun. That's generally why, I have to assume why people click on some of these afternoon videos is kind of enjoy the unboxing mystery with me. So what we have here is the Pulse Wave, black G10 handle and satin finish 9CR 18 MOV. I have to break that seal there. Most of these should be available, by the way, so if you want to check any of this stuff out, I will have everything linked individually down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. So this is a button lock. What do we have here? This is that's right, the Pulse Wave. I'd already forgotten it. Okay, pretty straightforward. I mean, this is what Sencut does. This is, these kind of basic, straightforward designs. They have branched out a little bit, I'll give it to them. Sencut has done a few like off the beaten path designs. Obviously this isn't one of them. This is just a slight variation on many other things they've done. Let me comment on this though. This is about as perfect as it gets for a thumb stud. Companies trying to figure out how to do a thumb stud for your design. I'll tell you what you don't want to do. Do not make a sharp, perfectly cylindrical barrel. That doesn't feel good on your thumbs. Doesn't feel good at all. This couple of steps and a rounded top, ooh, that is nice. Very comfortable. You can sit here and do this all day. Not that you need to. Most of the time you get your knife out, you use it, put it away, right? I can hear all the grandpas saying that right now. I cut you off. It is comfortable though. It is more comfortable to have a thumb stud that is, and that doesn't mean that it you lose traction because it's shaped differently. No, you have the same amount of traction. It's just not painful or inconvenient to deploy your knife. You also have a flipper tab in this case. Very good. Lockout is completely solid. No stick or anything like that. Okay, fine. This is how Sencut is keeping their prices reasonable. I'm going to guess that this is right around a $45 knife. Just shot in the dark based on their other models, right? Their other pricing. This is called the Sendy, and we're into Civivi now. Green canvas micarta, gray stonewashed nitro V blade. Okay, gray stonewashed. Okay. Interesting. I feel like that's very specific, meaning not necessarily just a plain tumbled finish. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Sendy. Okay, it does flip. Okay, yeah. Very almost modern traditional, but it's a liner lock, which is fine. That works. Flat ground blade, and it is a little bit, I guess it's just kind of an acidy stone wash, but yeah, nice cutting geometry, very thin blade, very slicey, light duty liner lock for sure. This is not going to be something we need to go, batoning with to test the lock strength. Contoured micarta scales. It's okay. I have a feeling that this guy's priced higher than I would prefer. I don't know. Sometimes Civivis, for example, the Vision FG. Not necessarily in budget territory. I know that I bring that up all the time. You guys are like, shut up. We know about the Vision FG. Shut up. For the love of God, stop talking about the Vision FG. Listen. That's a good example. I'll tell you why, because it's not in budget territory, but it does bring some of that extra to the table that you expect if we're going to go outside the $75 mark, right? Sometimes they got stuff like this that's just real basic, and it's priced close to that for seemingly no reason. Now, I don't know at this exact moment what it's priced at, but by the time you guys are watching this, I obviously will know because I will have linked it down below. I'm just guessing. If this is, hey, if this is $55, then great. I doubt it, right? And then finally, what we got here? The Storm Howl. What a badass name for a knife. Storm Howl. Gosh, that sounds amazing. That's it sounds like a character in a fighting game that would be really, like, if you select it, it's got like a cool animation and like a lightning bolt, and there's like inexplicably there's a wolf like howling, but it's superimposed and like really big, you know. That's what's going on in my head anyway. Okay. Oh yeah. This actually is really cool. Okay. Wow. So right off the bat, it's a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be, and that's probably because it was a very loud design. But this is cool. Textured aluminum. Thank you. Now, I can almost guarantee that this specific version of this knife is not a budget knife, by my definition, meaning under $75. They might have other versions of it that are, though. I honestly don't know. I'm a huge fan of textured aluminum and Civivi. I really hope you guys continue to explore doing different texture patterns on the aluminum, because that really brings an extra level for some people. A lot of times in this territory, you see aluminum, you're like, great, oh, it's blue, oh, it's red, wow, right? And then that's the limitation of it. There's nothing else. Companies are just not willing to texture it, right? I can tell you right now, not everybody, a lot of people would love to see, much like how ProTech does with the Malibu, the knurling. That'd be great. And I know that you guys can do it, Civivi. Crosshatch, frag, right? Whatever you want to do. You could do the vertical lines. You could do horizontal lines. Sorry, this is vertical. This is horizontal. We got diagonal lines here that you guys can obviously do it. This is very beautiful. I really, really like this. And this is that stuff that they do. This is my first experience with this. Oh my gosh. That is really nice. This is, yeah, it does. It's got a core. This is like actually jacketed. This is a San Mai, right? Now, most likely it's a 9CR, 8CR. I'm sorry, 9CR, 10CR. I don't know if they use the 9CR as the core or the 10CR as the core. It's something like that. But this is really cool, and certainly not something that you usually see in this territory, right? Now, if you're not familiar and you're like a skeptic and a critic, right? Those guys like to go, that's just lasered on there. It's not lasered on there. Shut up. That's not what this is. There's a core. This is actual San Mai. But what the compositions are, which is very important, by the way, San Mai by itself, or using a core steel and then having a jacket of something else to benefit from both compositions, right? It's not like a static set of compositions. Like, the compositions actually matter. But in this case, you know, Civivi, from what I understand, their Damascus has performed decently well. And so if they're doing this San Mai style, I don't think it's going to yield any better performance, but definitely good enough for the price point. And my goodness, does that look good? I mean, that's nice. We have sort of an acidy, like heavy etch on the core, and then these areas right here are highly polished. That is really good looking. Yeah. That's going to make it a little bit more worth it for some people. You know, in the early days of Civivi screwing around with Damascus, they were making legitimate Damascus and it was performing just fine. The problem was, this is just my opinion, it was super ugly. It was just awful. It just looked so blah. Like, the pattern wasn't crisp. It was just like, it just looked like Oreo milk, right? Just kind of splattered all over the tape. It just didn't look good. This looks really nice. I like this a lot. Yeah, keep polishing this stuff, guys, because that's a nice polish. I mean, especially considering, I'm going to guess this is right around $100. I mean, I hope so, right? Maybe it's a little bit more. But yeah, okay, actually, you know what I should be doing is talking about the design. That's pretty cool. I mean, the reason that I'm so focused on the aluminum and the San Mai steel is because that's where all the personality is coming from. That's where all the interest is coming from. Without these two elements, the knife design is very, very simple, and that's fine, right? Civivi does a good button lock. There's no movement there. The action's very, very good, and it's dropping. Doesn't feel like drag or anything like that. The plunge lock is acting as the detent, and that's nice. Looks good, feels good. I like the combination of the red aluminum. let me say this. WE knives, which is, you know, they make the premium stuff. I would much rather, now knowing that Civivi can do this, I would much rather have this in textured aluminum and like a, you know, heavy contrast polish and etch blade. I'd rather have this combination of materials for right around 100 than what WE is doing with titanium and Damasteel for 700. Like, me personally, I don't think those are worth roughly 7 times the price, right? This is incredible for what I assume is 100 to 120 bucks. So pretty cool. And now if you don't need that stuff, then obviously, are you getting that a performance benefit in Civivi's San Mai versus like their Nitro V, their 9CR 18? Not really, no. But it looks nice and it'll perform, and you can sharpen it and touch it up like you would any other knife, right? These are nice. Yeah, and I imagine they're all available, so I'll have them linked down below. Like I said, this is just an unboxing and first impressions, so no review here, but each of these knives will get their own individual reviews a few weeks down the road. So, links in the description. Thanks again to Civivi/Sencut/WE for sending these in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.